Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P Funk, thinking right out here in the lab where I do what I do for you. I got a nice little lesson for you today. Let's get started. Rightisms, 25 rules live by, storytelling, story with a message. There's a message in the story for life. I give life lessons. You tune in to receiving them. I appreciate you. Eyelash is killing me. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission, and that's what I'm on. It's to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking way of life through mental and spiritual discipline. Practice daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission is that all right thinkers know thyself. Right thinkers, your goal is to know thyself. See where I'm going with this? So I asked the question, do you know you? It's rhetorical, but if you know how to answer for yourself, tune in. I can help you with that. That's what I do for you. A person who knows not and knows not that they even know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not. It's simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. Appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believes and think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. Excuse me. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm the spiritual alarm clock here too. Wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself. And to my yacht, be true. You know, I'm big on self mastery. Yeah, but how do you gain and obtain self mastery is what I teach. I'll give you a blueprint to lay it out for you. So I'm gonna give you another lesson on self mastery is controlling one's desires and words. What you mean? I'm gonna break it down for you. Hope I can give you a better understanding. Let's go. If you want to claim self mastery, these are things that you have to have control over. How about that? When your lower nature, that means from the waist down, your ego self, aka sexual desires. How about that? Cause what it is. When your sexual desires wants what it wants, and you what don't give in, that's self mastery. Male or female makes no difference. Your desires are desires of the flesh. And if you let them lead you to do those actions, you're responsible for the repercussions. And there's something to come with that. Trust me. If you call, excuse me, if you can look at a sexy woman and not think, I like to hit that. Again, selfish, ego, fleshly thinking. Those are all things that egoistic, non-self-mastered people will do and fall victim of. That's why. No self-mastery don't mean you don't see what's there. It just means that you don't act upon the thought that's not good. Respect it. Yeah, you look nice, appreciate it. But lusting and put that's just not self-mastery way of thinking. That's all I'm trying to get you to understand. Raise your conscious level. Okay. Lower level, you conscious level, respectfully. Okay. I take on spiritual sisters. Why? So that it don't become a physical thing. Got nothing to do with that. Okay. It's all spiritual. Self-mastery is what? Is not going too far with the opposite sex. I'm gonna keep it spiritual. We ain't flirting. We no. It's all about God. If it ain't God, we ain't got nothing talking. We ain't got nothing in common. Simple as that. Moving on. I'm not here for that nonsense. So I ain't the one for that. Again, self-mastery avoids that nonsense and leading them on what? Meaning no boundaries. I don't play the flirt game. I don't throw innuendos. No, I don't do that no more. Why? I've gotten better at who I am, so I don't do that as a person. It's not cool. Self mastery is doing what? What's right. When? All the time. Why? No matter how you feel or what you think, Do what's right. That's self-mastery. When you hold yourself accountable to just do what's right, I'm getting better at that. Why? Because it's a lifelong lesson that you have to do with daily. That's why. So control over your sexual desires, fellas. The little fella, okay, the other head, you have to put that thing under some kind of control. Why? It's really getting out of control. It's really getting out of. You got young men and women that have no self-control over their sexual desires. They have an unprotected sex. Well, how you know that? We got the highest rate of sexually transmitted disease. You got new diseases that are created they can't even cure. That's how I know. I just go with the facts. I'm not giving my opinion. I'm just giving facts. And this thing is really getting out of control. So no self-control for young people. That's a major problem. Why? Because if you have an unprotected sex, because your hormones, and that's fine, understandable. But have some kind of control over it where every time you lay down with somebody, a baby ain't being made or a sexually transmitted disease ain't being passed along. Can you do that? At least that. That's for you. We got young women. And your body, we've been having whores, prostitutes, whatever, selling their body since forever. Okay, it's a profession. Like football, everybody don't make a good prostitute. And because you got the nice body, all that, that's all show. That's all show. That's all show. Young people, get away from the show. And you young men, these young women, excuse me, with these 2 and 3 baby daddies. Every man you sleep with, you ain't got that. That means you haven't, again, unprotected sex. You can't hide that fact. So we not doing too good. So all a bunch of baby daddies is not having control of your lower nature, your sexual desires. It's okay to have sex, okay to have pregnancy, but that don't mean you gotta make babies every time you do it. Young men, y'all having 2 or 3 baby mamas, sometimes more. That's an embarrassment. But to y'all, it's a badge of honor. That's my baby mama. Moving on. I got a problem with that, but that's another lesson. We talking about now self-mastery. And young people ain't even trying to do that. I tell them about semen retention. Man, I can't go 2 days without getting mine. We live in a physical world and we think we're physical beings. We're spiritual beings. Raise your physicality to another level and be a better person. Young people, please understand this. Y'all continue to have unprotected sex is a major problem. Nobody's, okay, addressing that issue as far as I'm concerned. Why? It's a cycle. When I was coming up, babies having babies. That means young girl 13, 14 years old. Yeah, somebody, yeah. So that means at that age, they promiscuous, they having sex and unprotected sex. So that causes what? Life. And that disease that they can't get rid of now. When I was coming up, gonorrhea, syphilis, y'all got a whole list of I can't even keep track of that. That's unbelievable. But that's because we took it way past. And this is the results of the consequences of those actions for generations. That's where we are now. Young people, please, making young people is not a good look for anyone. That means young people having babies at a young age. They think it's cool. I got 2 or 3 kids. You ain't 20 years old. You ain't even lived yet. Your life ain't even got started. You got 2 or 3 that you got to raise. And you don't have a clue, obviously. So the odds of getting out that situation is slim and none. And Slim always just walking out the door. Stop nonsense as a people. Moving on, as a teacher, all I can do is give advice. I'm just here telling you what I see, and hopefully some of us who here can address it and deal with it. In my job. Control over one's emotions. Another one. Desires, meaning anger, jealousy, hate, love, etc. All those are emotions that you should have control over. And when you don't, you fall victim of what? A lot of our young men mother raised. That's the politically correct way. Single parent household. How about that? We know that's being be made. Why? Because any man that's raised by his mother is more emotional than masculine. That's just a fact. So don't, it ain't to argue, debate. I here to argue. No, I got a fact. Men make men. Women make men soft, emotional. And what happened to an emotional man? The first time something is said or done to him he don't like, he's going to react physically. Everybody that's in prison, half of them, more than half, there because they reacted to something that was done to them. Either they caught their woman cheating, they said something they didn't like, and they reacted out of what? Ignorance, okay, of what? Self, and that mode that you go into, no self-control. Moving on. And that's a big problem, okay? Men are becoming more emotionally unstable. That's having way too much emotion. Why? Y'all was raised by your mother. It's natural. Oh, it ain't no, it's just a fact. I was raised in a mother-father two-parent household. After that, when I was coming up, now single parenting was almost an embarrassment. Now, I got 3 kids with the father. Oh, here, I got me dad 2 or 3. Women, you got to wear that. That's on y'all at a certain point. Come on now, moving on. I was raised personally. I was raised to sticks and stones will break my bones, but words will never hurt me. If you are offended about what somebody say about you, you too thin skinned. You're gonna have issues. That's not good. That's being too emotional. Women, okay, are emotional. Men shouldn't be emotional. We got a lot of emotional men now, and that's not good. You can call me everything you want, every name in the book. Talk about me, my mother, dad, anyone. If you touch me, there's consequences for that one. You can say what you want, but physicality, oh, there's consequences. Understand that. I could care less. Don't even think twice about once you violate, I'm going to do what I need to do. Trust me. Moving on. Women who love, watch that, who love that man, who what? Who don't love them in return. And what happens? They go crazy when they find out. Just go bat stuff, tam stuff. Come on, man. You want to ruin somebody else's life because your emotions is hurt. See, that feelings, that's ignorance. That's ignorance. That's not self-mastery at all. And women, y'all are one of the biggest victims of what? Lack of self-control. That emotional thing, y'all ride that to the hill. Why? It's not an excuse. It's not, no, because we understand. That's why I give you my eye. You should use some of that masculine logic and reasoning when you get emotional out of control. Calm it down for your own self. Use both sides of your brain. Don't just use that emotional side, this women's side. He hurt me. He did this. It don't serve a purpose. Understand that. That's why. So it's okay to be emotional. It's fine. It's okay to be masculine. But within reason and have it balanced. If you hate or love someone because what they're doing better, or you hate someone because what they seem to be doing better than you, that's a you problem. That's not their problem. I don't care about my neighbor's grass being greener, cut or not cut. My sister, how she living or not living. This is not a competition in life. We fall victim again through ignorance of what we're doing. We do a lot of dumb stuff and realize it's done what? After the fact. Monday morning quarterback. And they ain't won the game yet. I can tell you, don't go through life being a damn Monday morning quarterback. If you're jealous or envious, that's not the person you jealous envious problem. It's yours. Like Sadi said, hate somebody is like picking up hot coal and going to throw it at them, expecting to hurt them. Think about it. I used to say, again, control, okay, next level. Control over what? Speaking with intelligence. When? At all times. Once I got mad, all bets is off. I'm about to go up. I'm about to tear something up. And we all have it in us. That line that we draw that. If they cross this line, all hell breaking loose. Everybody got that. So understand that the mice, you trap him in the corner, he gonna come after you a gorilla. He don't care. Okay, at a certain point in time, you done had enough. Just put that limit, put it where you can control it. That's all. That's self-mastery. Okay, I'm getting better at that myself. Now, I used to say the first thing that came to mind when you pissed me or disrespect me, didn't care. I'm going to be very derogatory, very disrespectful, okay? And didn't care at that time. What? My emotions, along with my macho, had no regard for nobody or nothing at a certain point. Moving on. That's no self-control, no self-mastery. You just lose it. Been there. We all have it. But I show self-mastery now when daily. Why? Because I'm mindful of what I say and what I do when always. That's the purpose of showing self-mastery. I can't claim to be a master of self and wild out every time I get and say, well, that was just it. No. You can't turn it off and on. It either is or it's not. Moving on. That's the difference. It's a way of life for me. This is what I do. Moving on. I don't say what and how I feel or believe. Why? When I speak from what I know. And I ask other people, I could care less about your opinion, your feelings, and your thoughts. Give me what you know, please. If we're going to have a conversation, make it be worth my time and energy to hear something worth hearing, not a bunch of personal issues that I'm not here to be a psychiatrist. We can have a conversation. We can elaborate, but I'm not here to fix your problems, solve your problems. I can tell you about them, agree with you about them, but your job is to take care of them. I used to, at one time, argue with who? Anybody. Any ignorant person. Why? Now, what happened? I don't waste my pearls on swine. I have knowledge. I have wisdom. I don't waste it on somebody who don't want it and could care less about it. That's where wisdom come in. Know who and who don't want what you offering. Okay? Know when and when not to put it out there. And I speak again, Makadu. I take pride in that. That's what truth and from the heart. Honesty. I don't lie about what it is I teach, do, and try to get across to you. You don't need the lies. They had no basis for lies. I'm teaching you the truth. Why? Something you can manifest for yourself. Moving on. That's why. So, controlling or having control over what? Negative thoughts or what? Those lower nature desires. If you haven't put that in check, you can't claim self nothing except ignorance, okay? And your integrity, your self-pride, your respect for self, all that's on the line when daily. You have to show. Watch this. I call my negative thoughts, that's the ego self. I know, man, I know about you. No, we ain't doing none of that. We ain't even going there. See, the devil want weak-minded people who they can just finagle and trick you and how you do. But when you become master yourself, those negative thoughts, you start to weed them out. And after a while, they start coming up like they used to, like they call them pop-ups. Negative pop-ups. Get them out of the way. Go by. Don't pay it no mind. Move on. That's self-mastery. Watch this. Now, and the negative thoughts, the ego self, don't give it a shot. Why? I'm not giving into my lower nature. I'm not doing things that I know is wrong. That's why. And when the devil see that he can't sway you, tempt you, he'll leave you be. Why? He got a whole bunch of other suckers he can deal with. That's why. And he's comfortable knowing out of every 10 people, 8 of them he got control over. So the 2 that he don't have, that's how he look at it. So I'm one of the 2. Moving on. Which one are you? My angel will always what? Beat up the devil in my mind. Why? Because that's Haru. He always gonna get the best. The good guy always prevails. We making bad look good. So we got a bunch of people what? Want to be bad. I fell for it. Yeah, hook, line, and sinker. Now I'm doing something else. Why? Hook, line, and sinker. I'm just as diligent to do right and good as I was doing wrong and bad. If If you can understand that, that's what I mean by the 180, not 360. No, if you're going that way, that's the wrong way, go back that way. Simple. Moving on. Wrap it up. Again, I appreciate you tuning in. Hope you're getting the lesson. Self-mastery ain't easy. I have my negative desires. Yeah, well, I'm human. My ego, but I have it what? Under total control. I don't get weak. I don't, well, I'm only human. If I ever use that excuse, snap the taste out of my mouth. Why? Because I don't subscribe to that one. Simple as that. If I did it, I'm prepared to pay the consequences. Simple as that. I'm going to do nothing willy-nilly. And nope, I'm prepared for every consequence that I indulge in. Simple as that. Be it good, bad, right, or wrong. I just do now more right. So I don't have to worry about a whole bunch of wrong. Moving on. That's the difference. My ego, aka those negative desires, the devil, y'all call them, Satan, don't what? Don't have my ego don't have any control over me, what, anymore. That's self-mastery. When you can fight off what? All negative and evil ideas, thoughts, and concepts. More important, desires. That's self-mastery. That's right thinking philosophy's goal, to get you to do just that. Hope you enjoyed the lesson. I'm out. And in closing, right thinkers, may you all live to be 100, and me 100 minus a day. So I never know that right thinkers like you passed away. Oh, I'll be back. I got more.